Coming up on Creating North of 55.
Like when we send the first draft and the client comes back with, cool, looks great, can we switch this? And by the time you send it, they've already sent you another one saying, oh, and this, and this.
Oh, no.
Give us everything. Watch it 10 times. Send it to your grandma. Make her watch it 5 times.
Welcome back to another episode of Creating North of 55. I'm your host, Mariah Braun, and with me today, I've got Kelsey with White Lightning Media on for his third time, photographer and videographer. Welcome back to the show.
Frequent flyer points are getting racked up.
Yeah, brownie points for sure, right?
Right.
How you doing, man?
I'm tired.
Yeah, 2025, eh? Off to a good start.
Yeah, I'm dressed in my spring attire because it's like warm, but not.
Yeah, shorts, man.
Shorts and a hoodie.
It's April.
T-shirt and pants. Like it's a nightmare.
Yeah, you're brave.
We're living the dream though, right?
Yeah, totally. And so today we wanted to get into a little bit about maybe maximizing video content in 2025.
Yeah.
Some tips for people and kind of just, I don't know, a little bit of pulling back the curtain and showing people kind of where we come from when we're budgeting for these kinds of shoots.
Yeah, like just trying to shed some light on when you're hiring a creator, right? I don't know what it's like for yourself, but I get a lot of projects that are, hey, in a couple months, and I mean, I know you think a couple months is a lot of time, but in our area, we get out there, we do what we're given to work with, right? Yeah. And we make it happen and it looks good. It could look so much better. And I'm just going to plainly say that, like, it could look so much better because where we are geographically, our seasons change so drastically. Like summer is like 3 months, boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
Spring
not
is like
much time.
4 seasons and it's like, it's so up and down. And what I'm getting at is when we want to shoot something, when you think you're giving a lot of lead time, like we're booking you 2 months in advance, well, that could be across 3 seasons.
It could be.
Right?
Yeah, depending on the shoot and what you want.
It could be end of summer, fall, and then we're into winter just in that little window. So the best thing to do when you're, in my opinion, starting a campaign or looking to do a campaign is like a year. And if you want to start shooting for B-roll and stuff the year before, then it's a lot better to really give the attention that project deserves, in my opinion, right? Like I said, we go out there, we make happen what we're given to work with, and it turns out good, but it could look so much better.
I think it comes down to that pre-planning, right? Which I think is the first step that should always be done when you're doing video work is looking at a plan first. And you hire like someone like myself or Kelsey, you're going to get a pre-plan if you give us that time to actually do it. And, you know, there's probably many projects that I've come across where, you know, they wanted to capture all 4 seasons, but now they've just decided when I'm already shooting, it's like, okay, well, this is now going to drag on for a whole year. We want to capture it. Weather is hard. Like I've done it where I had to get like a shot for this video out at the Northern Spirit Lights show. Mm-hmm. And one year it just wasn't snowing. Like and I was just like waiting. And there's a cost to that on our end too, right? Like
everything's so unpredictable, like geographically. Well, I mean, last year we went until I think middle of December until we actually had snow.
Yeah. Right? That was the year.
Yeah. And then another year, you know, we get snow in September or October.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe not September, October for sure. It can be mitigated.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where like the pre-planning, like you say, it comes in handy. You know, you get a treatment. They like the treatment. Okay. We go ahead, we start putting together shot lists and storyboards and we build all that. And that should take a week or 2 in itself.
Yeah.
So when we do get booked a month ahead, remember that like 2 weeks of that is just the paperwork side of it to make sure that you're getting the best of what you're looking for.
Absolutely. And we can't just show up without talking to you. I think a lot of people think, oh yeah, I'll just call up this videographer. They're going to come in and they're going to do what I want. It's not that simple. I think a lot of people know what equipment we need and all this kind of stuff. We just have it at the ready. Sometimes we have to rent stuff.
Yeah.
To make a shot work. Come on.
And when you think that it's like, oh, well, if you got to rent stuff, like it's going to be hassle. No. What you don't realize is that investment that you're looking to make right now on this video production for your business that will bring you in revenue. Take that time, let your creator, your videographer rent the equipment you need and get everything you need to properly give you like a really good production. Yeah.
And I think when you skip over those things, I don't know about you, but as the creator, I'm always like, man, I'm just sacrificing so much. We could have gotten this. We could have gotten that. We could have brought more value to this production. Yeah. But like your hands are tied by that time. Like there's really nothing you can do.
I did a video with a realtor once and he said, you are the boss. I'm the expert. It's like, I can give you my expert opinion. I can give you everything I know. That's why you're hiring me. At the end of the day, if you want to cut something out, you're going to cut it out. But I can tell you your project's going to suffer.
Yeah.
Right. And you might think it looks great and that's great. And we love that. We love hearing that you're happy. We just see a vision. And when we want to skip things like, oh, we don't need the storyboard or whatever, or we don't want this, or don't worry about shot list, just show up and get what you can. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Just like you almost like see their money, that emoji that's the flying away.
Yeah. It's the difference between like, you've got money now to hire us and you could have money later if you let us do something really good to hire us again and keep this going. Because at the end of the day, social media and the internet is it's a beast. Yeah. And consistency is the secret word. And I say it's a secret word because a lot of people don't realize it. So we will get booked for a fancy video and then we won't hear from them for a year. And it's like, you lost all your momentum. Yeah. You don't realize the follows that even we get when we show up to your business to shoot for you. And it's like, everyone's like, yeah, Sharon, and look, this guy was here, and he was shooting this, and it was so cool, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like this momentum's going, and then the video releases, and they're like, yeah, look at that, cool, share. And it's just kind of like,
that's it.
We'll see you next year. A family reunion,
Oh, no. It kills me. And they don't repurpose it, too. Right. Like, sometimes they don't reuse it. Like, the same video. Like, just
do it again.
Post it again. If you're not getting another video, at least post it again.
Especially if nothing in the business has changed, like aesthetically.
Yeah.
I mean, you could sit on a chair and talk about something else and use the same B-roll.
Yeah. And I think that comes down to the pre-planning again. Yep. If you know that you're wanting something evergreen, that's not time specific, that you can reuse over and over again, plan that with us.
Yep.
And if we have the chance to talk to you, we can maximize your budget.
Yep.
You have $2,000. How can we maximize that?
Yep.
We will try and maximize that. But I think the big thing is just, essentially taking that time to pre-plan, to see if there's any value. We have ideas too.
Oh, yeah.
You bring us in and talk to you. We're probably going to bring you more ideas to bring you more value. Yep. So you got to do it, man.
And that's the whole importance of doing a treatment, even if it is for a corporate video. Getting the colors, getting the vibe, getting the mood, getting it all out on paper for you to read and kind of envision what the video is going to look like. You said maximize your budget, and that's important. When you're looking for a creative, when you're looking for a videographer or a photographer and you don't know how much they cost and you want a budget and you hear a number, you have to remember that this costs us money. Yeah. These cameras cost us money, the audio, the time that, I'm spending working with you is time away that I could be working over here or even on my own business. Yeah. And I'm not saying anything's more important than the other, but it's all time, and time is money these days. But when you hear that number, I really want people to stop being afraid of the number when they hear it and walk away from the idea completely. I want them to come back with, well, I have this much, because a lot of the times we can get you something within that, or we can discuss what it looks like to save over an amount of time and activate us over here.
Yep.
right? So it's like, Mariah, you come up to me and you're like, I want a video. And I go, $100,000. And you're like, oh, I had no idea. I'm out. Like, no video for this. But if you say something like, well, I've got 20,000. Okay, great. Well, I can get you this, and this for that. Yep. Does that work for you? Do you think you can get good reach?
Yeah, I think a lot of people play that whole scenario as though they don't want to give up their budget, but it really does help us. Like sometimes it's just better than the back and forth of getting the quotes and us trying to actually guess what you're wanting and what your budget's at.
If your budget is 5,000 and you're worried about us taking all the budget and doing all the work for you, your budget's not 5,000.
Yeah,
like,
it's
plain
true.
and simple. I'm sorry. But if you want to hold that hostage, you're not going to get what we're worth.
Yeah, and I tend to just ask. I kind of get the feeling of these kind of clients, and I just tend to ask, like, well, what is your budget? Yeah. And I've had clients where they wanted to start with a smaller budget. I have one just the other day called me up and said, I want to double it. This video content is doing so good for us. It's so awesome. Love to hear that.
Like insert preach emoji.
Yep. It's great. It's great. That's what we want to hear every day. And so, that's a 7-month extension onto their contract plus doubling it. Right. And it's like huge. Right. And they see the value once we get going. And I think the big thing is you got to try it. And don't get scared of the number for sure.
Yeah. That's not when we give you a number, it's not a this or we don't ever work together. It's this is what I'm worth for what you're asking.
Yeah.
And if you're like, oh, okay, well, that's too much. And you do give us that number. It's like, well, we've only planned for this. Or like I said, you plan to say, hey, okay, it's June right now. You don't really have the budget, but you really want this video. I do believe that this video would be great for your business. So why don't we give you some time to build it up and we'll meet back in August.
Yeah. That's totally possible.
And we'll hammer this out. And in the meantime, we'll throw a contract out there. We'll get in business together and we will start planning.
Yeah. And I think something that people don't realize too is like the time that goes into these productions, right? It's not just us showing up there for the half day. It's us getting our gear ready the day before, all the batteries, loading it up into our vehicle, driving out to location. Like it eats up time. And so... Yeah.
Not to mention driving now is like a small fortune.
Yeah, it's very expensive, right? And we have to put these things into our budgets. So we're not just putting a number out there just to put a number out there. Like, my next job, we just want $5,000 for this next job. Like there's a formula that we follow. And essentially that's how we come up with the number.
Yeah, that's so right. I mean, it's with any business. Take a printing business, just for example, you've got, tier 1 printer. Eventually you want to upgrade your equipment to tier 3 printer that prints bigger pages, bigger posters for more clients. Same goes with us creators. We want bigger cameras. We want better audio equipment. Yes, everything gets the job done, but there are platforms that require certain levels of gear. So we want to be able to grow. We want to be able to sustain a business. We want to be able to live, and we want to be able to come back next year and still have a business to shoot for you. We would love to shoot everything for free.
Yeah,
we do it because we love it. We don't do it because it's like a lucrative business. We do this. It's art. What we do. We see something that a lot of people don't. That's why we get called to say we want a video.
Yeah, and I find that people try and like kind of split hairs and do the whole thing around like, well, could we just hire you for the 1 hour? And
package
it's like,
plucking.
It's a half day or it's a full day.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. There's no such thing as an hour. By the time we get to your location, if it's in town, that's 45 minutes to an hour right there.
Yeah.
By just getting stuff together, driving to you, unpacking, exchanging our pleasantries about how we're going to go about this. By that time, before we're even ready to roll, we've got an hour in the bag. I think that's a super important thing. Creators, like videographers, we can't shoot hourly.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work. And it's not going to work for the client. They're going to be like, why'd you spend so many hours? Well, because that's how long I was here. That's how long I was engaged in this.
And I guess that goes back to the planning again.
Yeah.
It's like, depending on what you're filming, if it's an event, like you don't want us just sitting around doing nothing, right? So, and if you don't have a plan, that's usually what ends up happening as a videographer, is just sitting there with your camera waiting for like one moment. And it's like, if we had the chance to talk about this before and know the agenda and have all the stuff that we need, then maybe the price would have gone down just a little bit, right? And we can find ways to do that, but we got to have all the information in our hands, and we got to work together as a partnership. Like when you get into business with a video production company, like they're your partner for that period of time.
We're there. I mean, if you think we're there just to make you look good, what we produce, that's our portfolio, right? You want me to paint a mural on your wall. You might think I'm hired to paint a mural for you, but like my name goes on the bottom so that when someone walks by and goes, I want a mural in my business. Oh, that guy did it. So we are in a partnership. When you activate us, we're in a partnership, especially like when we get into the post-production and we edit what we all thought we agreed on, and you go, wow, I wanted this and this and change this. And then we get into 6 revisions.
No, not 6 revisions.
It's like,
you're killing me, man.
or it's like, yeah, I want to change this. This one gets me. And I'm sorry, this might be a bit of a vent. But when we send the first draft and the client comes back with, cool, looks great. Can we switch this? And you switch that. And by the time you send it, they've already sent you another one saying, oh, and this, this, and this.
Oh, no.
Give us everything. Watch it 10 times. Yeah. Send it to your grandma. Make her watch it 5 times. And then send it to your like least favorite friend. Let them watch it 3 times. And then put all of that into, like, I would rather you send me a novel of an email to say, we want to change this, and this at the start than, oh, looks amazing. Let's change this little thing, and then this thing, and then this thing, and stop.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, like make sure the decision makers are seeing the video, right? Especially the first one. Like if we can just get past that first one, maybe there's 2 other people from your organization that can review the thing and approve it and that sort of thing. Yeah. But at least the first one, to make sure you're going in the right direction and all your T's are crossed and I's are dotted and all those kind of things. Because for us, like to re-export those things, I think that's what people don't get. It's like every single time you do that and we're producing a new proof for you, we have to export it, upload it to maybe a platform that helps you kind of get those comments over to the client. And sometimes these videos are massive. Like this podcast, oh my gosh, we don't even send like a proper version. Like it's maybe like a 480 or a 720 version before we get to the part of sending you the real thing.
When lines start getting crossed about, oh, this, and then you send it back and they go, and this, and this, and you send it back and then change this back and you send it back. Before you know it, you've got 3 versions out there, and you don't want that because that's how the wrong one gets posted. Yeah,
that's happened multiple times, definitely. Just, the wrong proof. Somebody's working off the old one because they didn't get to their email for 4 or 5 days or whatever the case may be.
We are busy. We are in a world where video is king. Like when it comes to marketing, when it comes to business, video is king, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So we are busy. We're not sitting there twiddling our thumbs.
Yeah, totally. And there is a difference between like that production value versus like a user generated feel or a stock video or an AI video these days, to be honest. And, me and Kelsey are telling local stories. Like we're getting the real stuff. And sure, we use AI tools, but like I'm not really into the whole AI video thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever use AI video. I might ruffle feathers there. Sure, it can get you something in a pinch, but it is not something that will ever humanize your business. You can make like a shot list or a storyboard with AI video and be like, this is what I envision this looking like.
Sure.
And people can be like, sweet. And then you shoot it with all your content and your emotion. that emotion that we put into it isn't an AI, and it won't be.
No, it's human. That's what it's the human experience.
Yeah.
It's what connects us all. We're on these digital platforms because we want to connect with other people.
How often have you seen a sponsored ad that says it's from Grand Prairie, but you have not heard of anybody that knows anything about this business? But it's like, Grand Prairie, we're local. We've been here 47 years. It's like, however, you put a guy in front of a camera talking, hey, it's so-and-so here, you know, been in Grand Prairie 47 years, operating as this, and now we're this. Look at us go. Come buy our stuff. Now you've got a connection and you've humanized it.
I'm pretty well on the same page with you on that one. And again, the value of that is like, that's why we're in it. That's why we charge the big bucks. Okay. Like, we have years of experience. Like, I'm in it 8 years now. You're in it over 10, 13. What was it?
I don't know, 2009. I don't know. There's definitely a shift in what businesses want for content. This might be my own opinion, but the vertical stuff, the vertically shot stuff has its place. Yes. But it is gimmicky, right? And to tell a story just in a vertical clip, you can't tell that story. We still need to tell stories in horizontal.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing with vertical video these days is just the algorithms are just favoring it, right? And so, you know, we created a package here at M3M. It's vertical video, and we can package it up where, you know, we work on your project for a number of hours.
It does have its place.
Yeah.
That's where the consistency comes in. So the package is great.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be there this day, and then this day, and then this month, and then this month, and it's going to keep going, and the consistency is going to keep that story going. But to show up and do one production, in vertical, you're wasting your time.
Not really worth it, hey?
In my opinion.
So what do you think
Probably
people should? You're going to become unpopular.
That's good. That's what I need.
So what do you think businesses should be on the lookout in 2025 to maximize their video content? Like, what should they be doing?
They should be out there talking about their roots.
Oh, the story, origin story.
Yeah, telling their story. They should be out there telling their story, that they are Canadian, that they're here.
It's huge.
That we're strong. We're the true north, strong and free, right? Like that's a story that is going to pop right now in the midst of all the uncertainty. Remember, because marketing is always the first to get cut in a budget.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Don't.
Such a mistake.
Be relevant. Stay relevant. Stay strong and get through this.
And the biggest problem with cutting your marketing budget is you're not going to see the effects until it's too late. Like, you'll see it like 2 to 3 months later, and you're going to be like, oh no, panicking, marketing, get it out there, more business. You're going to have to wait another 2 to 3 months probably. Like, you might luck out, but
like marketing and social media, all that, it's such a 1 step forward, 7 steps back. You know, if you trip up, if you're taking 1 step forward every month, you're just chugging away with your marketing. Great. As soon as you stop, you're like, you fall back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think my advice would be continue creating content, like whether you have the budget to hire someone like myself or Kelsey, or if you're
Consult with us.
Just talk to us. We have ideas. We can bring you ideas, and then we can show you how your team can activate that.
Yep.
And so looking at it from a different perspective is like, you can't afford a production company right now. Okay, what can you do? Don't just sit there and do nothing, because that's just plaguing.
There's collaboration too.
Yeah.
It is the strongest tool in times like this.
Yeah. And I think too, if you know that you want video content, instead of looking at working with someone like Kelsey and I as a transaction, like, make it a year thing.
Yep.
Like, you might as well. And typically when somebody works with us for a year, like, I can build in some savings there because it's consistent work.
Absolutely.
If it's one and done, there's a relationship that's being built, but in order for there to be like efficiencies down the line, working with us throughout the year is a way more affordable way of doing it.
We build a library when we start shooting.
Yeah.
So we go out and you hire us to come out and build video A for you. And it takes all these shots, like 1 through 26, to build video A. You want video B now. If you keep us going in a consistent fashion, we've got shot 1 through 26 in the bag already, and it's just sitting there. As soon as we put it up on your video, we don't delete it.
Yeah, I don't.
It sits there for a bit. It's just it's a good practice to keep that stuff. So what I'm saying is, you want video B done. Well, now we've got to get 10 shots rather than 26 because we've got these we can just repurpose. And then all of a sudden now you're not getting charged full rip because we're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not like that. We're working together.
Yeah. I'm working with a client right now and they're already seeing it. Like, we've shot with them for 2 months and I'm like, oh, I can pull this. Oh, there's extra content here, extra content there. Oh, you're loving it. Let's put out another one. Why not? Right. Yeah. And like, if you build a relationship with a production company, with a videographer, they're going to do that for you. It makes our job easier too. Yeah. And we're going to bring the value for you.
I want to know though, like for anybody that's watching, especially business owners. So for business owners, what do you see your content looking like for 2025? And for anybody that's kind of on the consumer end, what kind of content do you enjoy consuming? And what would you like to see in 2025? And does that match up with what we're talking about?
Yeah.
And how many feathers have I ruffled? Because I feel like I've said a couple things that someone's going to be like, well, you're wrong. And I might be.
For your clients and what you're selling in 2025, do you have any kind of like focus that you really want to get out there in terms of a package or anything like that?
The world is really taking in content like this podcast form content.
Yeah.
Where you can go back and forth. So I've created a package around that.
Okay.
Where I can come into a business and we can sit down and crush out 3 episodes or something like that, where you get that one long video and then it's just, you get a bunch of vertical content just talking about, I mean, if it's a realtor that wants to do it, they can talk about the market.
Yep.
If it's a car dealership they want to talk about, they can talk about what's new with vehicles or what's new with financing or whatever, right?
Yeah, the algorithm loves it. I'm not sure if you're like spying, in on our strategy, because we actually have a package the exact same.
Hey, this isn't like the time where I thought I was going to make a podcast that was around creating in the North.
Kelsey tried to steal this idea.
Didn't try to steal it. In my defense, I forgot that Mariah and I had talked about it directly. And then I was like, I had a great idea. She's like, that is a great idea. It's what I'm doing. And I'm like, you should do it. You should do it. Because that's how good of an idea it was. I thought of it too.
And then I said, well, why don't you come on as a co-host?
There,
so I shared with you. Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Mariah's really nice. She's a nice person.
But yeah, like it's super cool because you can get a client to sit and talk about whatever their industry is all about. And seriously, the content that's generated at that, you're just casually talking. There's so many different clips that come out of it. Like maybe in the package, we owe you 4 videos. Yeah. Well, we know we can get like 8.
Yeah.
And we'll just like keep those aside for you and be like, you want more? Go ahead. We can get you more.
Shoot for 10 minutes. You can get a whack of content out of that. And, sitting down and talking, it doesn't have to be with me.
Yeah.
Like my plan was people I've encountered that are really good at this and good at pulling information like that in a conversation and have vast knowledge, because I like to think I have a lot of knowledge in the business world, but I'm not the smartest when it comes to everything that's going on around me. There's just too much. And if I want to be a specialist at something, I can't really know everything.
Yeah.
Or I can't focus on everything. I could try. So there are people that are smarter in certain areas. So it's like, I can get someone who can sit down and talk financing with your dealership.
Yep.
That is in the financial world.
you could just have your staff. You're talking about a certain something with your staff. I've had it where you're collaborating with another company, so you guys sit down and talk about it, those kind of things. Really easy.
And that brings me to something I want to talk about too, since we're on the topic of planning. So when you say bring in your staff, make sure they want to be on camera.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Like they're eager to be on camera, not like, hey, do you want to be on camera? And they go, sure. Like they're like, oh, yeah, I would love this.
Yeah.
Because nothing deflates your video more, say it with me, than getting someone that doesn't really feel comfortable or want to be on camera, even though they said yes.
Yep. And you got to watch out for the people that actually fear of being on camera. I've run into that too.
Yeah.
It makes it really tough. And like, it's pretty rare. Like everyone has a small fear of being seen on camera, or, you know, it's just nerve wracking.
And that's okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the extreme cases where they actually have a fear.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, I always say I pride myself in getting at least 2 minutes out of somebody.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes like probably like, I don't know, a 2% where it happens where I just can't get anything out of this person.
When the idea comes up, it's like, oh, we'll get so-and-so from this department and so-and-so from this department. It's like, okay, if you're going to do that, great. I love the organic idea, but they have to be eager about being on camera. If they're not, you're going to get a lot of deflated answers and comments, and it's going to be like, yeah, it's good. I like it.
Good. No context.
Yeah. It's just like, and that's how it turns out. And it's like, oh, couldn't really use much from that interview. As good of an interviewer as you want to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes like if someone's just, and even their body language, you know, if they're not really comfortable being there and they're not happy, you look at videos on the internet or on TV and people that are giving a testimonial, and it's like, you know, I've been going to M3M marketing for years. The difference between like saying it's like, yeah, I've used M3M. They're really good. Help me out lots. Or it's like
coming at you.
Yeah, it's like M3M has done wonders for my business. They've gone above and beyond. Like the difference between that, yeah, I mean
it's huge.
Yeah,
it's the same thing when you do a testimonial. You always want to make sure that the person's going to be a good testimonial before you go and shoot, right?
I think that's one that's like my hot tip of the quarter is as we go into this year of everything looking beautiful out there. Also, let's start booking these videos now.
Yeah.
Let's figure out budgets. Let's get it figured out, because I'd say in a couple weeks, everything's going to look amazing, and let's maximize video content this year. Let's get people talking in your business. Let's get everybody rallied up and showing that our business communities are strong.
Yeah. Don't miss out. Don't miss out on the opportunity. Capture it. Make sure that you maximize the seasons. Like if you want those beautiful spring, summer scenes in your video, then you got to be calling us like now, to be honest.
Start the conversation.
Yeah.
Like how much, like if you haven't had video done or you've never hired a videographer or a photographer, phone and be like, how much is it actually? Like, can we get rolling on this? Yeah, let's talk.
So I think we're going to wrap it up now, because I think we said all we need to say. Is there anything else?
No.
Okay, well, perfect.
No, I've got enough friends that don't want to be my friend now.
But Kelsey, thank you so much for being on the show again.
It's always a pleasure. The next one's going to be free.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, finally, because it's been costing me quite a bit of money to have Kelsey on the show.
There's a couple more friends I lost.
And thank you for tuning in today. And please subscribe on YouTube and Spotify, and we'll see you next time.